6. Today I'm going to talk you through your home learning for next week, week commencing the 4th of May. The first thing you need to pull up, as always, is your timetable. I'm blowing it up really big today, and I'm going to talk you through Monday because it's very similar throughout the week this week. The Monday, we're going to start off with reading. And reading, we're pulling it from a text called Secrets of the Dragon World. So you need to have this document in order to do that. And the first activity we want you to do on the Monday is to just read and enjoy the text. There's 5 activities throughout the week, and again, it's up to you how you manage them. On the timetable, we've put them in one a day, but you can do more than one a day if you want to. So that's the first activity. The second activity, something you're very familiar with, is text marking. Read aloud, think aloud. And do you have any questions? Do you need to use any prior knowledge? Is that going to help you put yourself in the shoes of the character? What would you feel and think? And make notes around the text, just like you do in class. Your third activity, because there's some quite challenging words in there, is to find out the meaning of the words, but don't go straight for a dictionary. This activity is, there's the words, what do I think it means? You put what you think in each one of these, and when you've done that, you then go get the dictionary definition, and then do some thesaurus thinking, and start to think of synonyms, similar words to these words in red. That's your third activities. Fourth activity in response to your reading is to pull out the key information, because you're going to be summarising. So you pull out the key information from the text, and look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 key pieces of information here. And then summarise what you know about the text. Tell me about it in no more than 20 words. And then the fifth activity is a quick quiz relating to what you have read. So that is your reading activity for the week. Going back to the timetable again, you see we've also put timetable rock stars on again. The challenges have been set up again for this week. Let's see how well you do. Mr. Gunner and I are getting very competitive at the moment about who's going to be winning this week. Hawking, you're doing so well as well. Let's see, out of the 3 of us, who's going to win. Then we go into maths. Again, we're using IC Maths because the feedback I've been getting from you is that you're enjoying it, you're finding the little videos very helpful, and then you can actually apply what you know on the worksheets that are provided with the video. So again, you know how to access them. If you still haven't accessed them already, go back to the very first video I do, and I talk you through how to find the work. Then we go on to our spellings. So spellings is a different activity for each day, and it's on your timetable what we want you to do. However, the first day, just as we do in class, you need to go through the PowerPoint that tells you what the spellings are and explains the spelling rules. So here we go. So this week, your spellings are words that are nouns and verbs. Now you know that nouns and verbs, nouns can be verbs and verbs can be nouns, because we've done that in our grammar lessons in school. These are the spellings that you've got for this week that you're going to practice. And then why don't you, like last week, have a test at the end of the week to see how many of them you remember and can spell correctly. Okay, so that's your spelling activity. So now let's go on to your writing activity. Now, just as last week, I've done you a picture stimulus, and the picture that you're going to be looking at this week is this particular picture. So, quite an unusual picture, I thought, and one that should certainly stimulate your imagination. So the first activity, and again there are 5 activities throughout the week, up to you how you choose to use them. I've suggested how you should use them on the timetable, but again, it's up to you to manage your time effectively. So again, I've given you 3 words, and then you have a list of below. And the first activity is to match up the synonyms, the similar words, to the given words. And then, could you include 3 of the synonyms and put them into a short paragraph that describes the picture? Your next activity is a spelling challenge using the ending shus and shus. Again, this is something that you did earlier in the year, practicing these endings. So hopefully this is just a revision exercise for you. And then, can you put at least 3 words from a spelling activity into a sentence? Activity 3 is focusing on semicolons. Now, semicolons, remember, separate 2 independent clauses. And then activity 4 is a sentence challenge. A sentence challenge to write sentences with subordinating clauses. Now remember, these are the simple sentences. They need to have subordinating clause. It can be placed at the front of a sentence or at the end of the sentence. Top tip, think white bus, subordinating conjunctions. And then finally, activity 5 is to continue the story. I've given you a story starter. You continue it. And perhaps you could share it with your class teacher so that we can then give it a shout out and share it with the rest of the class on our class videos. Okay, back to the timetable again. So, another activity that you're doing is the same as you did last week. We're still continuing with our NHS project. We've already seen some of the poetry that you've been doing, some of the posters you've been drawing, because you've been sharing them with us, and hopefully we can share them with the class through the video next week. So you know how this works now. You've got different columns to choose from. Let me just pull it up to show you. Oh, haven't got it here, never mind. You've got the different columns that you know how to, with different focuses. You then choose one from each focus throughout the week. And then finally, we have our PE activity. Again, as we have done before, join in with the Joe Wicks workout or do something that you have been doing yourself. You may have put circuits in your garden. You may be going on the trampoline. You may be doing keepy uppies. I don't know, but you've got to do your daily physical exercise. So, if you do all that, that should take you each day about 3 hours and 20 minutes. So that's your homework for week commencing the 4th of May, Year 6. Hope you have a lovely week, and I'll speak to you next week. Take care.